The medieval timeline is so romantic. Beautiful castles, wonderful music, and a brave and sexy looking knight saves the princess, who then falls madly in love with him. This sounds perfect for the next Hollywood blockbuster movie, but not to the Valiant, a game which shows the bloody side of the medieval and the war itself. I was not sure what I had to expect from the Valiant. The trailers were nice made, but don't give me an answer what this game will be. I gave it a chance, and my opinion is somewhat ambiguous. But let me start from the beginning. The main menu offers 3 game modes. The player can choose between campaign, competitive and last man standing. I haven't tested the online modes, so my review only takes a look at the campaign. But one thing is a bit strange. I bought the game on Steam, and in the main menu a pop-up gives me instruction how to log in into an Epic Games account. Gabe hates this trick. The first mission is a classical tutorial mission. The game introduces into the controls and gives the player enough time to learn it. But some parts are really overlength and got boring. Like this one, where you have to defend 3 trebuchets and you have to kill the enemy units. But why is this part so long? The player is doing the exact same thing for about 10 minutes there. The player has control over several hero units which have different special abilities. Our main hero, named Theoderic, has the ability to heal your and allied troops. One point irritated me a bit. I don't know why the enemy troops and allied troops has similar colors. But okay, when you find out that the orange one are allied troops, you can handle that. Allied troops are sadly AI controlled. There is no way to give them simple orders. The missions are also filled with in-game scripts and animations. The attack on the fort walls looks nice. The parts where the heroes talking to each other looking sometimes like a stupid dance. I also don't know why the heroes got such a big zoom when they have no animated mouth and they only do some dumb movements. They also don't really do some interaction to each other. There were more possible in my opinion. In the next missions we get access to replenishment camps. These tents have the functionality of checkpoints, because the player can heal his units there and, when he has enough gold, recruit other troops like swordsmen or archers. There are always camps on your path, so you don't have to move back to your starting camp. These camps also allowing some cheese, because the enemy troops only acting in the defined radius on the map. If your troops leaving that, the enemy troops are moving away and stop attacking you. This looks a bit stupid, but gives the player the chance to heal his troops and then to continue the battle. The allied units acting the same way, so if you want support, let the enemy troops come next to them. In later missions, we also get the ability to build some watchtowers and other small buildings, which is cool, but you need resources like gold and wood for them. It's not a base building like in Age of Empires, but quite a bit of variety in constantly pushing units around. After the first few missions, the player gets the possibility to spend experience points to the heroes. That's an unexpected turnaround, but gives the game a new touch. The next missions also showing different settings, so the players don't only see the desert. In later missions, the player also sees some snow maps with falling snowflakes. The developers from Kite Games did a very well job designing the maps. The environment looks really sweet. The big fort in the first mission looks really impressive, and also the size of it looks realistic. The disadvantage of the big buildings are sometimes your camera did some unexpected zoom in or a building is hiding the troops. But with the camera movement options, the player can change the angle, the zoom and the height. So there should be a lovely camera angle for everyone. The units like our heroes are fine. Make them too detailed will just slow down the performance without giving the player any advantages. The fire effects are also very fine. I love to see the burning houses. Kite Games, you did a good job there. The game also shows blood and dead bodies without overpainting them. The only negative point is, in one mission our enemy units came out from a tunnel, or should came out of a tunnel. they just appear in front of the entrance and start attacking my troops. That looks dumb, and I'm sure there were a way to let the units spawn inside the tunnel and let them move out. For the gameplay there is no difference, but that's just small details which can turn a good game to a great game. One big negative point in my opinion are the full motion cutscenes. Sometimes I got tired by watching them. The storytelling parts are important to the game, but the monotone voice and the not really action-packed moving pictures are not the best decision in my opinion. But maybe I have expected something like the Command & Conquer cutscene style mixed with medieval settings and some Braveheart vibes. But maybe that would be too expensive and generally too much. The controls are good. Left click select and deselect units, right click give orders. I can't recommend the map scrolling with the middle mouse button because that's inverted. I don't know why it is and I don't know why the player can't change that. But scrolling with the WSAD keys is also an option and I had no problems with it. Other comments using hotkeys too, like the special abilities of the heroes. Maybe the developers will add an option to disable the inverted middle mouse button scrolling in any of their further updates. Is inverted mouse scrolling a no-go or are you fine with it? Write it down in the comments, I would love to see what you prefer. I haven't tested the online services yet, so I can't say anything about it. I just saw in some Twitch streams that they are working good. There's also a ranked mode for the competitive players, which allows them to fight for the first rank. Sounds cool. I will test that in the next few days. What is my opinion about the Valiant? Well, while I played the first mission, I got a bit bored. Mixed with the actionless cutscenes, I started to think about a refund. But the game got a turnaround and started to get more strategic, and also the story starts to move from unlogical stuff into a one-line direction. You asking what I mean? After the first mission, our two heroes falling down into a hole or dungeon or something like this. The cutscene tells a story, but it doesn't tell how they came back out. Because in the next mission, these two guys are back in the fort and yeah, they are here. Don't ask questions, you will not get answers. To make a long story short, the graphic is fine, also the performance is good. I had no problems with my RTX 2060 Super and my Ryzen 7 2700 while playing, recording and streaming at the same time. The cutscenes are sometimes boring and long, the in-game scripted sequences are not perfect, but they're doing their job. Sound is good, but after a few unit selections it starts to repeat their voice lines. If you expect a full base building experience, then this is the wrong game for you. It's a good mix of RTS and RPG, but without overloading the player with options and possibilities. The single player campaign is not high paced, so if you search a chill game after a hard day at work, the Valiant could be an option for you. The game is available on Steam, Epic Game Store and GOG. There are also physical copies available. Console versions were at the recording day not available, but the homepage says it will available soon on consoles, whatever that means. What is your opinion to the Valiant? Will you buy it or do you already own it? Write it down in the comments, I would like to read what are you thinking about. Thanks for watching this video, my name is MarkJFox and Battlefield Control offline.